Welcome back to Underage Packers. This is Joey. Today, I wanted to get a few thoughts out, air it out, rant it out, all about Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers, the two superstars in Green Bay who are not on the best of terms, to say the least, right now with the teams. Before we get into that, make sure you check out our episode with Wes Hockwitz of Packers.com yesterday, where we preview all the stuff that's going to be going down at Packers training camp starting this upcoming week. Amazingly, we had a whole 45-minute conversation without talking about Davante Adams or Aaron Rodgers, just because there was more interesting and exciting things to talk about. So if that's for you, make sure you go check that out right now. All right, so let's get into it. As we all know, Aaron Rodgers has handled this situation very maturely, very professionally. One of the biggest signs of that this past week was Shailene Woodley, his fiance, and Shailene's mother, both retweeting a Stephen A. Smith video talking about Aaron Rodgers and why he deserves to be disgruntled with the Green Bay Packers. I don't know about you guys, but there's something telling me Divergent star, the star of Divergent series, Shailene Woodley, really is not too interested in football outside of Aaron Rodgers. I have a hard time believing she's just scrolling through her feed, she's probably she's a big fan of Stephen A. Smith, and she's like, oh yes, he makes some great points right here. I really need to share this. And the same thing with her mother. So Aaron Rodgers, I'm not gonna say he texted Shailene and his mother just sent a text in the group chat like, hey, can you retweet this? I just want to send a message. I'm not saying that happened, but I'm definitely saying that happened. Obviously, the silliness factor has been in part this whole time, from both sides. I mean, from Mark Murphy calling Aaron Rodgers the complicated fella days after, saying the less both sides talk about it publicly, the better. Aaron Rodgers speaking exclusively through Adam Schefter. The only words he's giving us is going on Kenny Mayne's final ESPN show and saying it's about the people, talking about his little diet that he went on or whatever. It's about the people, Kenny. Interesting tactic by Rodgers, which has proved to go just so well over with a lot of fans. Schefter this past week, speaking of the devil, Adam Schefter, he recycled the news that we have heard really since March, and a few days after the story broke from multiple different sources, that they were working out a contract extension, and Aaron Rodgers denied that extension that would make him the highest paid player in football. We don't know the exact details of that, but it was rumored to be 3 years, so that would lock him up in Green Bay for the next 5 years, and he declined it. So, and Adam Schefter ended the tweet with proof it's not about the money. With Adam Schefter, I don't know exactly where this idea came from that Adam Schefter completely made this story up for some clout, for some attention. Mark Murphy, Matt LaFleur, Brian Gutekunst all flew separately to California to have a chat with Rodgers. This story is obviously real. Some people still want to deny it, specifically in Facebook groups. I don't know where this whole idea come from. I don't deny, disprove, shut down the idea that Adam Schefter really likes the story, likes the engagement he's doing. And even though he might be a little cheeky with his job, he's doing the best for ESPN, and it's working. I don't doubt that Aaron Rodgers and his team had something to do with the story dropping on draft night, just to, that's attention for them. It's adding more leverage to their side in the media game against the Packers. But no doubt in my mind that Adam Schefter did not shy away from that idea. Speaking of famous NFL reporters breaking stories about Packers, Ian Rappaport broke this Friday that Davante Adams is now in a similar situation with the Packers front office as Aaron Rodgers. I think he worded it very intentionally to make it seem like the Packers front office is just so bad at handling their superstars that they can't control Aaron Rodgers first, and now it's Davante Adams. This is the last year of Davante Adams' 5-year contract that he signed, I believe, back in 2016. So they're working out a deal they've been trying to since early this offseason. Obviously, he's coming off the best year in his career, so they're trying to lock him up. But they have broken off contract negotiations. Apparently, Matt Schneidman, a local Packers reporter, confirmed this report. And like I said, that wording of making it seem like him and Aaron, his great teammate, are in the same boat now. They have the same exact view, and this the problems, both of the problems of their situations, lie in the exact center. They're the exact same of how the front office runs this team. And Tom Silverstein, a reporter for the Milwaukee Sentinel Journal, uh, commented on this today that every time a teammate is unhappy with his deal, which happens every day, that guy can piggyback on Rodgers' disgruntlement and get national attention really easily. You know, I tend to think this is just a standard contract negotiation tactic that we see all the time in the NFL. Aaron Jones, similar situation last year. They're breaking off deals, and obviously, like I mentioned, it does not look good for the Packers for it to look like, wow, they can't handle Aaron Rodgers, and now they don't want to pay Davante Adams. What kind of mess is going on there? No doubt in my mind, the Packers really want to make Davante Adams the highest paid wide receiver in the league, or at least give him a big contract. They want him to be a Packer for a really long time, but they're in a really tricky situation with 28-year-old Davante Adams, who's going to turn 29 this upcoming December. DeAndre Hopkins was paid an outrageous amount in just a short span of a 2-year contract. I believe it's somewhere near $25 million per year. And the Packers certainly do not have that type of money to give out at the moment. They recently paid, just in this past year, they had a lot of top deals for each player at the position, whether it be Aaron Jones, David Bakhtiari, Kenny Clark. They've had a lot of big contract extensions and they are going to be very tight until the new contract or the new cap money booms in the NFL once the new TV deals hit in the year 2023. And they have a lot of young players that they are going to have to lock up come in the next 2 years with Jair Alexander, Elton Jenkins, and possibly Rashawn Gary. So they have a lot to think about, a lot to consider when they are working out these deals. And I assume with what they have now, they're going to have to give a lot of guys backloaded contracts. So you don't want to do that and end up in a situation like the New Orleans Saints, who have been pushing the can down the road for the past 15 years, all of Drew Brees' career, and then end up with this. They handled it pretty well, but most of that was kicking the can down the road even farther. The Packers were pretty bad criminals of this this past year. Their cap situation is even worse next year. So it's if they had the money, Davante Adams would be paid right now. He would have been paid in March, but they don't have that money. I still have hope that they can work something out. Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers posted to this story last night. Like I said, they are both handling this so professionally, very maturely. They posted a picture of Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, the same picture that is used in the documentary cover for the Last Dance documentary, which covers the last season of Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan in their 90s Chicago Bulls dynasty. So it looks like they're agreeing. One more year. Let's go win it all. And then adios. It's very hard to get over, grasp, and get a hold of yourself, imagining that this will be the last year with Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers on the Packers. And then it's a lot of questions about the Packers' future. But Rodgers is certainly on board. I mean, I love the idea of Aaron just like, you know what? I hate Brian Gutekunst. I called him Jerry Krause in group chats. I hate Mark Murphy. I hate everybody here, but I just want to go win games, and my only option is to do it in Green Bay, so let's do it. Let's win the Super Bowl. And their original plan was to trade me anyway, so let's go do it. Stick around for one more year and get your money elsewhere. So, cool stuff. Great stuff to be a Packer fan. One thing I've noticed here, which, as usual, there is no level-headed takes that exist from Packers fans. They're very rare to find a take that is not on the extreme options. It's either we're better without Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams diva-ness, which, Brett Hundley, he seems like a nice enough guy. He doesn't seem like a diva to me. But I'll tell you whose quarterback skill I prefer out of those two. I don't care. I want Aaron Rodgers on this team. And then the other, this front office is burning the place to the ground. We need to fire everybody starting from the janitor up. Like we got to fire everybody right now. I don't know why we can't look at this as Aaron Rodgers is unhappy and he has his reasons and valid reasons. Davante Adams, it's possible we don't know really too much of what they offered, if they offered anything at all. We don't know that. We don't know exactly how he feels, what his exact problems with the team are. But the most level-headed take you can have from the information we have right now is that he wants more money, and it's a contract negotiation tactic. So let's just all calm down, take a deep breath. If Aaron Rodgers isn't here, okay, the Packers are going to be here for their 103rd season. All right, they're going to be reporting. Nothing's going to change. They're going to still report to our training camp on Wednesday, and they're going to do it all till August, and then they'll play an NFL season. All right. One last thing before I sign off. Great friend, great guy, Mike Florio at Pro Football Talk. Speaking of recycling news, like Adam Schefter today, he wrote an article saying that Zadarius Smith very unhappy that he doesn't have an extension with the Packers. He still has 2 more years on his deal remaining, but that deal is very easy for the Packers to get out of after this year. So he wants security after next year. He wants security, or he wants out from the Packers, is what the headline said. We knew that Zadarius Smith was very unhappy that he did not get an extension done and that all that could be worked out was a restructure. So this was back from March, April, once again. And it's just like Tom Silverstein Spoon said, they can piggyback on Rodgers, put pressure, even more pressure on the front office, and, just classic negotiation tactics that we see all the time in the NFL. Packer players get a little more boost because they can put it in the same light as Aaron Rodgers. But that's all I got for you today. Let me know your thoughts on all 3 of these players: Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams, and Zadarius Smith, and all that's going on in this wild Packers offseason. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check out our podcast episode with Wes Hockwitz previewing training camp. You can find it here on YouTube or anywhere you find podcasts. And that's all I got for you. I'll see you later. As always, go Pack Go.